ஓகே. இன்னைக்காச்சும் டிவிஷனல் ரேங்க் போஸ்ட்டில் ஒரு மேட்சாக ஜெயிக்க முடியுமா? 9 மேட்ச் தோற்றுருக்கோம். கொஞ்ச நேரத்துக்கு ரைட் கார்டு வச்சு ஆடுவோம். அதே மாதிரி இன்மேட்ச் ரோல் என்ன? பீட்ரு செக் பெஸ்ட்டு. ஓகே. எங்கே கிடத்துற உங்களுக்கு ரொனால்டோ கஃபு வேற யாரையும் எடுத்துட்டியாப்பா?
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. There's the whistle. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, Peter, I've been very impressed with this fella up in Meccano. We all know of his impressive record, but he's a lovely blend of athleticism and technical nous that he developed from quite an early age. It'll be interesting to see who his opponents bring to the table to test him, because testing him demands a lot.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. Upamecano gets across to intercept that. That's a lovely, neat pass. He's a sharp little ball here. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And this is Torres. He's shifting through the gears here. That is great defending, so alert. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
Now it's Ronaldinho. Torres! It's hit the upright.
Peter.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Now it's Torres. Still goalless. Now it's Mbappe. Pass is just off target. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Out of play for a throw.
Postia.
Now it's Guti. And he's in on goal. Can he finish? But he's left disappointed.
Well, he doesn't have hit a clean strike. The moment he was in that position, you knew he was going to smash it.
எங்க அடிச்சு எங்க வருது? மொத போஸ்ட் கன்ஃபார்ம்.
Guti. Schneider finding himself in space. It's Schneider!
ரிட்டர்ன் ஆச்சு போங்கடா பாலுக்கு.
Xavi Alonso. Ronaldinho.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
And he's managed to get free. Neymar! And the ball's come loose here. And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Madrid with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Xavi Alonso with the short one. Shots to shoot! They've scored!
Defender தான அவன். Goal celebration.
What a moment of brilliance. Control and perfect accuracy.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
போய் மொத்த பேரும் இங்கே அடிச்சிருவான் பாரு.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Rice. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Raul. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so. And for the first half, that is that. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Manchester United currently behind by 1-0 at the break.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
A happy wedding anniversary for
Just
one of
about
our
sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. So, into the second half.
Manchester United can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
No, not quite on the same wavelength. Otto. And the through ball. Ronaldinho is offering some sort of an apology there.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
That looks a cracking ball. He is through here, and Torres! Denied by an instinctive save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Vankkam, the regular corner taker. He will be livid with himself.
கரெக்ட்டா அவனுக்கே திருப்பி முட்டி விடுற. போஸ்ட் இந்தாண்ட இருக்கு. எந்தாண்ட முட்றான் பாரு. லாவாவா வந்துட்டு அது என்னது அசிஸ்டன்ட் கேமிங் வேற வச்சு விளையாண்டுக்கிட்டு இருக்கானு.
Fernando Torres just eases him off the ball. Upamecano did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Turns back here, probably the best option. And here's Torres. Udogi. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it comes to chances.
Referee's given a throw.
இது நம்ம எல்லாம் சும்மா காசு கட்டாதனால இப்படி வருதா நமக்கு.
And it's Udogi. And here's Mbappe.
கொஞ்சம் சுத்தம் கோலம்.
Xabi Alonso. And the finish!
வீட்டுக்கு எடுத்து போட்டான்.
And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
It's their second corner of the game. Xabi Alonso plays it short. He's on. Can he finish? That wasn't the worst effort in the world.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
நம்ம ஒரு கோல் அடிக்க வேண்டியது.
And he cuts out the supply. Vankkam. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Can he get on the end of this? And shot, surely! And a truly agonising miss.
Well, you'd really expect him to hit the target from there.
ஓடி வெஞ்சத்துட்டான். இந்த டோர்ஸ் எடுத்துட்டு அந்த டோர்ஸ் கூட இதோட நல்லா ஆடுவாங்க. சொல்லி பார்த்தா ஒன்றும் நல்லா இருக்கும்.
So we have movement on both benches.
Number 15, Guti. Number 20,
Udogi.
Fernando Torres.
Neymar.
Coming on the field, number 2, Dixon. Number 11,
And it's Snyder.
Neymar.
Berbatov.
Number 17.
Oh, such a clever touch.
Substitution.
Oh, well played. And now they can clear their lines. And he's had it nicked away. Aimed beyond the defence. And this is Neymar. Oh, that's fabulous. Shapes to shoot! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
That's a shame, Peter. Such a great run, but he didn't have that clinical edge.
Ronaldinho! Now, who's going to be first to this?
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
Now it's Raul. That's tidy.
There will be 3 minutes
Neymar.
added time.
Lovely pass, but tries a shot!
Good goal,
Sharp finish. And right near the end, we have parity. Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Berbatov demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room.
And the referee brings it to a close. So it's ended all square, both sides showing battling qualities and neither willing to give in. Your reflections then, Jim.
5 point increased. Wow. மிஷன் நாளைக்கு தொடங்குவோம். ஸ்டீவன் ஜெரார்ட் 30 வயசு பெறப்பட்ட ஆஃப். இப்போ நம்மகிட்ட இருக்கிறது எத்தனை வயசு பெறப்பட்ட ஆஃப்? அவனோட சின்ன பையன். வச்சிருக்கான் ரோமனிக்கு. நல்லா காசு உள்ள ஆள் தான்டா நீ. கோமனு புயோடு என்ன அடி அடிக்க போறான்னு தெரியலையே.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. There's the whistle, and here we go.
Here's a guy that qualifies as one of the best defensive midfielders to ever play the game.
Patrick Vieira, the pillar of strength.
Yeah, aggression, hard tackling, they're the foundations of his game. But he can turn defence into attack very quickly and show his terrific athleticism and real power.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Guti! And he couldn't finish.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
Now that's well seen too. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
And it's Vankkam. Over to the right flank. Knocks it into space. Passing nice and neat. Iniesta ploughing through the middle. And now they can clear their lines. Manchester United are seeing more of the ball, but still aren't carrying much goal threat. Cruyff quietly revving up. Otto gets a foot in here. He's gone for goal. He has hit that forcefully.
Well, I think he's surprised himself how he managed not to hit the target then. He seemed to believe it was going in.
Now it's Totti. And here's Del Piero. Iniesta. And it's Otto. Fernando Torres. Schneider. Totti. And here's Torres. Schneider. Fernando Torres. Guti receives it in a good position here. Maldini gets it clear. Now it's Cruyff. And it's Totti. Great vision. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And here's Del Piero. Vankkam. There's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Iniesta. It's Schneider. Torres. Schneider. This is a promising build-up. And it's Otto. And it's Fernando Torres. That has been cut short. So a temporary halt to the action. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. So your views on the
I'm
first half?
afraid to tell you
Well,
that we
I
were
wouldn't say it
expecting
was the most
traffic to be
potent
heavy after
performance,
the
Peter,
final
but
whistle today.
defensively, very composed. The scoreline might still be 0-0, but I'm expecting things to open up a bit more in the second half.
So both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break. Hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Manchester United have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Skillfully cut out, he is so at ease on the ball. Schneider. Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. They continue each to cancel the other out. And Cruyff! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Cruyff really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Odo. Very little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a cagey old game.
Well, I think it's a fair reflection on what we've seen so far. Neither side has produced that many efforts at goal simply because respective defences have been strong.
Now it's Cruyff. Good ball, good take. And this is Cruyff. Oh, well played. He needed to get that right. He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again. That's a lovely, neat pass. Totti. Oh, it's come loose. Schneider. Guti. And he welcomes it in. Played into space. Rummenigge in the hunt and looking threatening. Lovely ball and a real chance now. And here's Cruyff. And he's there to belt it away.
France really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
That could spell trouble. That's destined for the flank. Oh, that's neat. Iniesta. Totti. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Oh, well measured. Check claims comfortably. Into the last 5 minutes.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Guti. They'll have to settle for that. Frustration, exasperation, vexation, certainly from an attacking perspective. Neither side able to make an impression despite all the huff and puff. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had a good variety in this game, despite it being anticlimactic.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.
ஒரு ஷாட் கூட போஸ்ட் பண்ணி அவன் ஷாட் உள்ள அடிச்சு அவன் பிட்டு செக் எடுத்து போட்டான். திருப்பி 5 பாயிண்ட் இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆயிருக்குப்பா. அதுக்காண்டி பார்க்குறேன். மேட்ச் எப்படி வச்சு ஆடி பார்ப்பேன். 3-7 மொத்தம் எத்தனை மேட்ச்? 19 மேட்ச்சில் 3 மேட்ச் ஜெயிச்சிருக்கோம், 7 மேட்ச் ட்ரா. இன்றைக்கி ட்ரா மேட்ச் எல்லாத்தையும் 9 கொண்டாடும். அதான் இன்றைக்கி நம்மளோட பிளான். அந்த பிளான் இஸ் ஆன். என்ன அடி அடித்தாலும் எங்கிட்ட கிடந்தாலும் எடுத்து போட்டுறாங்கப்பா. பீட்டர் சேக்கும் உழவுலன்னு உழைக்கிறேன். സിസ്റ്റം അപ്ഡേഷൻ വരെ കിടക്കാം. അതെ റൊമാരിയോ റൈറ്റ് കാർഡ്. Okay, Sylvester. ആട്ടി പാപ്പ.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get
Hello,
ready to lock
everybody, and
horns.
welcome
This
to
is
today's
football
match.
at its finest. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. There's the whistle, and here we go. Well, for anyone whose allegiances lie with the red half of Manchester, this man for so long was an unsung hero. One of the most decorated defenders in the English top flight. He is Mikhail Silvestre.
His game was all about versatility and durability, Peter. An astute defender in the middle, a fine ball carrier with a good engine, went out wide.
Yeah, and you can expect another busy shift from him here.
He's never shy.
But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he
Takes a shot!
Vankkam.
It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Azar. Nicely weighted ball.
well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
He's shifting through the gears here. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And he welcomes it in. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Torres! That's unlucky, just wouldn't come down.
Well, I think the defence are breathing a big sigh of relief here. He really spanked that, and it wasn't far away at all.
WWE.
Saliba. So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. Cannavaro does well not to be outdone there. And this is Marmouche. Now it's Olise. Olise stood his ground strongly. Fernando Torres. Threads one in. And this is Torres. Torres gets flagged offside.
உள்ள போக மாட்டேங்குதியா?
Cordoba definitely have the look of a team that likes to counter-attack, Peter.
Yeah, that is clear. Just look at how they line up.
Well, in other words, they don't mind being patient.
Now that's well seen too. Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. 30 minutes gone. Rijkaard. Schneider. And it's Guti. Just about within shooting range. Now there's a terrific hit. Kukçu. Neymar. Oh, that's a key interception. Schneider. It's a good foot in there. So still we are where we began. It's 0-0. And it's Batistuta. 40 minutes gone. Half-time closing in. Guti. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Neymar. Now Saliba. Silvestre.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Saliba. Van Dijk. And that brings the first half to a close. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think from the manager's viewpoint, Peter, he'll be demanding more from his team during the break, but he'll at least be happy at the way they've contained the opposition so far.
Well, it's been a half that hasn't lacked suspense or intrigue. It's only lacked goals. 0-0 at the break. So straight into the second half.
Manchester United have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Olise wants to run onto this. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And here's Olise. Oh, this looks sharp. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, just to keep it. And Guti! And a neat finish. And that really is so impressive. You felt it was coming. 1-0.
And talk about the perfect time to score. The manager's giving nothing away, but he'll be thrilled inside.
Batistuta. Now it's Torres. Batistuta. Kukçu. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. And here's Torres. Cannavaro. And if you have just joined us, still just 1 goal between them. 1-0 the score. Nice sequence of passes. Batistuta! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Kukçu. And it's Neymar. And it's Beckham. Well, played right into his path. Van Dijk. Zanetti. Half an hour gone in the second half. Beckham. Van Dijk running with intent. And here's Marmoush. This is Hazard. It's Hazard! And it's in! Do not write them off! Back they come! A truly wicked strike, nigh on perfection.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
Substitutions taking place.
Manchester United choosing to make the first change. So they have it all to do again.
Well, at this stage, Peter, it's going to come down to how badly they want to win this. Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be. And
here's Cristiano Ronaldo!
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
And here's Messi. And it's Iniesta. Otto has it out wide and in space. Opts to play it back. Shot could... It's Iniesta! Oh, and the referee says that is it. So it does end all square. Inspiration, perspiration, both on show in equal measure. Just not enough on either side to find a winner.
Hello, attendees.
What are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points, and it ended with the right result, in my opinion.
And that's where we have...
நம்ம எங்கே மிஸ்டேக் பண்ணுறோன்னு தெரியல. இப்படி இந்த 3 பாயிண்ட் இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆயிருக்கு. டிஜி இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன்ஸ் டீகோல் ரைட் கார்டு தான். டிஃபென்சிவ் டீப் லைன். ஓகே, இதுக்கு மேலே இன்னைக்கு மேட்ச் ட்ரா ஆக வேணாம். 8 தான் ட்ரா ஆயிருக்கா. ஓகே ஓகே.